This week, U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement unveiled a smartwatch-like device to track migrants released from federal custody. The devices are GPS-enabled and will be tested in a pilot program first. ICE says they've been given to 50 migrant adults near Denver. CBS News immigration reporter Camilo Montoya-Galvez has been following this story, as he is all immigration stories. Camilo, why is the government relying on these devices to track migrants?
Good evening, John. This really is a matter and a question of resources. ICE, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, the immigration agency that deports people, is overseeing more than 5 million cases of people with pending deportation removal proceedings. These are people who cross the border illegally or who committed a crime here in the U.S. that made them deportable, or who overstayed a visa and because of that committed an immigration violation, and they're all facing deportation. But the agency, John, does not have the personnel or the resources to detain all of these people or to even monitor them. The agency has about 6,000 deportation officers and roughly 30,000 detention beds, so that's not nearly enough for all the people with pending cases. So the agency right now, under the Biden administration, is relying on these alternatives to detention methods, such as ankle monitors, cell phones, and now this watch, to monitor migrants to ensure that they're complying with their immigration proceedings, that they're attending immigration court and complying with other requirements that are, part of the immigration process here in the U.S., John. And it is also important just to underscore that this administration does not believe that immigration detention is the only way to ensure that this occurs, that migrants comply with these proceedings. That's a big shift from the prior administration.
So this sounds like this is a pilot program. What are the chances that if it works, what are some of the hurdles? I can imagine some, but if it works, that it would actually help solve the much bigger set of numbers that you outlined?
Well, the reason that we have 5 million people with pending deportation cases, John, is because the number of migrants coming to the U.S.-Mexico border has increased sharply since President Biden took office. We've seen record levels of migration, and so the Department of Homeland Security has had to release hundreds of thousands of people from U.S. border custody and allow them to seek asylum, especially those who are not eligible to be expelled to Mexico or to their home country under the Title 42 restrictions. So the government has to find a way to make sure that all these people that it has released, including many asylum seekers, are able to show up to their court hearings and to comply with other immigration requirements. And so this watch could be a way for the administration to do so on a larger scale, and to do so in a way, John, that would be more humane in the eyes of advocates who have been saying that ankle monitors and other tracking devices are inhumane and amount to surveillance of migrants and should be discarded.
All right, Camilo Montoya-Galvez, thank you so much for joining us.